Alrighty, hello, welcome everybody to VR Master League. I'm Palidore, I'm on channel 2, and you are in the right place at the right time for a match that will be mighty fine. Without a doubt, we've got Lemonade Stand, we've got Luxor, and this is going to be a deluxe of a match, no doubt. Now I've got my handy dandy headset, got my handy dandy controller, don't have my handy dandy notebook, but shout out to Blue. Get a clue, what I do have is some of some cranberry. Not to be confused by lemonade, although I do love the name Lemonade Stand. Waddle waddle. Till the very next day. So, we have a few matches here in a row scheduled to start. This one, hopefully starting here in the next few minutes. Following that one, we will have on schedule Righteous Rookies versus Yerma, as well as potentially, depending again on time, Tesseract versus Power. So these two matches, gold matches, although Lemonade Stand currently showing as bronze only because they have formed their team a little bit later in the season. But as far as their MMR, it's been adjusted to accommodate and facing off against Luxor here. So with that, let's get to it, guys. Welcome to it. Hope you guys' midweek has gone mighty well. I know mine definitely has. And anytime we get these casts going on, even better. So what's up? We've got Luffy in there. We've got Nate Appleton, Muted Monster, Superfly. Welcome to the stream. And they need to welcome their fourth back onto the team. Looks like they've lost another player here on Lemonade Stand in an instant. Actually, Luxor. Sorry, let me switch up the teams here. But yeah, an immediate crash on the side of Luxor, I should say, as we switch up those overlays. So that is kind of unfortunate, but Lemonade Stand trying to take advantage, I do suppose, and need to do what they gotta do. Always unfortunate when you have those very early crashes, just literally moments, seconds into a match. Because now you imagine, unless they can get their fourth back into the game here, that might be an immediate expending of the pause, as taking no pause on the shot, but unable to hit that one, as it will be rebounded at the bottom of the trench. And just like that, we've got the fourth back in, so no harm, no foul, I guess. We're still locked at 0. That said, not for long. That shot's from Long, and Tio with a 3-0. And oh me, oh my. Hit the first points on the board for Luxor with a 23-meter shot. How about that? Down a player and everything didn't matter. Koala Kid also, what's up? And yeah, took care of those flip names. Worry not, a Joker train. Flipping around on the anchors. Craze with a disc, and Craze getting stunned. So John Brown with a good brawl, and a good clear as well. They'll manage to get this clear out, and quickly on the stack recovery. Let's see, though. Just missing the hands of John. Could have had maybe a walk-in goal, so will not be the case, as the defenders for Lemonade Stand making a defensive stand outside and inside the bubble, for that matter. So Spider Kangaroo, the most frightening name I think I've ever seen in VRML, will get a clear off, but picked off by John Brown. But a nice read there from Alyssa, and won't miss Spider Kangaroo. Not a 2, gets the 3, and it's tied up here. Lemonade Stand firing back at them in 47 seconds. All the meanwhile, VRML, Channel 1, what's up? 30 people stopping by. Welcome to it, Original VR, Dean, Riley Davis, Broman, Muted Monster. I'm Palidore, I'm your showman, but I'm not a monster. Let's see what these teams, though, can foster. Also, how did that third round end in that Origin match? I am very curious how our casting cohort Aiden did. It was a very impressive second round when I left off. But that said, we are back off into this first round of this match. Here in the Gold Division of North America, a passing play taken by TCP. Damien. We'll go with Damien. As it goes to John Brown. We'll go with Brown. No, we won't. It's John. John, though, with an attempted stun, and we'll just get by the defender one way or the other. That's 5 points now for Luxor. See, Twitch chat saying 30 seconds left and Deviants took it. Oh, man. That's why I was saying over on Channel 1. You know, I was sad I had to leave Dimwee because that match was going to be, I felt like it was going to be a very interesting third round based on what the first two looked like. So, hey, those game-winning plays, it sounds like the last minute, always an excitement. Right here, taking it up high, and it's taken right back by Clove. Into the wedge, though. Now 3 defenders all popping out of there trying to recover the disc for Lemonade Sand. Deviants in Origins was amazing indeed. Well, yeah, the 2 rounds I saw were very fun to watch. That said, the miss on the goal will be rebounded, and another one this time to the opposite side. But maybe the third time's a charm. Let's see. Neko stopping by in the chat saying GG's everyone over there from that Channel 1 stream. Indeed, GG's. I was casting you guys for the first 2 rounds. Had to part ways here to go on Channel 2 to stream these teams because we do have a few matches in a row over on this channel for the remainder of the night. Maybe if there's time we can switch over to Channel 1. Just depends if there is time. That said, Spider Kangaroo hopping, and they are bopping for the 5th point tie now. Still plenty of time to go, but these teams now kind of meeting mark for mark, goal for goal. Very symmetrical there on the scoreboard. 5 minutes left. High five, everybody in the Twitch chat. And shout out, of course, to Sir Dimwee, and so much for Subtlety for taking care of the action there on Channel 1 throughout the night. Right now, it's Damien, and it will not be in. Alyssa picking it off, pinning it off that goalpost, and will be sent down the midfield. Splitting off is the chain. Clove with a slow boost, just grazing by, though. Took the eye off the disc for a second, but Spider Kangaroo is there to nab it. So positioned here in a bit of a triangle formation at the top, as you see, forming their passing lanes if they can, losing the handles for just a moment and slinging it sideways. A sidewinding pass. Clove now trying to hit down to Alyssa, but taken back by Damien, if only for a moment. Break clear, though, as the brawls now unwind. Meanwhile, on the other end, thanks to those brawls, we'll buy some time, but maybe not enough. It's Tio the take back and stuffs it into the goal, walking it in for the 2-point advantage. Luxor back in control. High five, Newton Dad. And Sir Dimmadad. How relieved were you that you were able to get rid of me on Channel 1? No more pally puns. I feel like it was maybe in excess, but you know what? It's one of those nights I'm feeling happy, feeling good. Maybe it's the exercise from all the Echo I've been playing. I don't know. It's got me feeling peppy. That said, a pep in the step and it's craze with a blaze, and the pass and the anchor to the 7-point tie. Spider Kangaroo lets it fly. Been good. It's been a good week, mostly. Mostly. Oh, man. But ups and downs is the name of the life, isn't it? That said here, these teams, I mean, they are up and down in terms of that score. One team takes a 2-point advantage, the other team takes a 2-point advantage. One team gets a 3, the other team gets a 3. So very competitive here in this Channel 2 match. Gold Division once again, and glad to have both these teams on the stream, and they'll be glad to see that 3 go in, but instead, backboarded and rebounded. Dan, I in a bounce pass right over, trying to hit John in a stride, couldn't meet the disc, unfortunately. But a good stun coming in from Damien will knock it loose. Damien with a cross and the save. Alyssa saying no way, no how, and showing that they've got control now as they make their way all the way down the floor with a quick grab. But Spider being stunned by Tio. Rebound and a beautiful handoff. Oh, and a near save. Technical goal, but either way, stellar plays from both ends of the floor. 2-point advantage to Lemonade Stand. That was a flurry, wasn't it? Just blue to orange. Some saves on both ends. Again, technically. That was some well-executed and very well-communicated offense and stackage coming in. As Damien now trying to put together a package special delivery off to the other side, but will not hit the teammate, John Brown. So a rebound and a stack trying to dribble up and down that floor. Eyeing down the goal. Could it be? Just narrowly missing and grazing by on the outer edge of that bubble. A good stack recovery. They'll split off now. Maybe eyeing the backboard pass. Well covered. Very well covered by Dan. Nicely done to deny Craze an attempt at that coveted backboard slot as a slapper goes right into the blue. Now a setup here. Alyssa, though, able to take it over. Now has some time to maneuver around and finds the clear. They're up by 2. There's 1 minute and 40 seconds left. This is still the opening round as they make their way down the orange line. Few missed grabs there, prioritizing the stuns, but Spider Kangaroo will get it at the end of the day. And once again, lining up their offense. There it is. Found the open pass, but a snatch there from Damien. Snaking their way into the midline, a stellar grab. The defense here from both sides now showing up in spades. These players are definitely aces, but what else is in the cards? That is the question. An exciting finish, no doubt, as some more stuns unfold at the midfield, and there's the stacks. Maybe an open goal, but a perfect stun coming in. Last quarter of a second before a otherwise open 3. Now Damien handing it up high. Damien handing it right back. It's into the goal and top pocket dunk. John Brown brings it right to a tie again. This game is just deadlocked constantly. Every minute it feels like it's still a tie with one score or the other. Will Kayak saying, come for the game, stay for the punishment. Well, I'm glad to have you here on the stream. Fitting place for a Kayak to be here on the stream, no doubt, as a take back by Damien. So they have a chance to close out here if they can get some offense going. Diving is Spider Kangaroo out that goal. They'll take the disc, they'll clear it, but there's a stack looming. So with that, taking it back, oh my goodness, Clove now down the floor. Some brawls and just desperately trying to search for some grabs. They're going to have to rely on those back stacks. And there's a back stack, and they will not backtrack forward into the goal. 3-point lead and a round 1 win. Lemonade Stand makes it happen. What a stellar first 10 minutes.
And blue takes the win.
Now, pardon me, I got to get some lemonade. Anyone got some grapes, by the way? So, nonetheless, that was a great first round, I must say. Really, neither team, as far as I can recall, pulled ahead by more than a single goal. It started out with a 3-pointer for either team. I believe it was Luxor first, and then Lemonade Stand, same thing, 3-3, and then the rest of the way, just 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, all the way until the end, and that round winning 3. That was good stuff. Great stuff, in fact. All right. So, let's see to the Twitch chat there. I have misplaced my glasses again. So I have to pull it up on the big screen. But that said, see Veritas Media also in the chat. Welcome to it, or welcome back. Superfly as well, who we will be seeing at some point later in the night. Is it the next match or the one after? Either way, good to see you, Superfly, here on the stream. Been cast a number of times the last few weeks, though. Good. Yeah, so tonight, obviously, we had some nice matches over on Channel 1. I had that master match as well between, who was it, Raptors, Denver Raptors and New York Kings. Over here, meanwhile, as we wind down our last week of regular season, getting two gold matches as well as a platinum and diamond match towards the end. Hopefully, time notwithstanding. Of course, Appreciation to all the teams who are willing to accommodate, kind of shift around schedules plus or minus 30 minutes to get casted. You know, making sure to address some of these matches that got some hype votes this evening in their time slots, and stream some teams who otherwise have not been strammed much this season, if at all. So, for Lemonade Stand here, you can see they've won 3 matches of their 4. This is their 5th one, obviously, right now, because numbers. Luxor with the 9-1. 9-1? 9-1 record. Someone called 9-1-1 because, man, state of emergency if you face this team. Round 2, right now. All right, so first joust of the second round will be picked off by Tio. Tio right into the 3, trying to open it up the same way they did in round 1, but unsuccessfully so, as a reverse anchor clear from Spider Kangaroo will just wind right back, and Spider again, showing the spider limbs. These, the clears are actually nice, if not for the midfielder intercepting them. Otherwise, these no-look clears. Some success. Just not a lot of time to work with, unfortunately. Seeing what they can do, there's the Kangaroo once again. A forward clear. How unusual. But picked off here by Clove. Desperately is the Lemonade Stand team trying to get it into the orange zone. It still has not crossed that midfield yet, that midline. And it's going to be taken back by Damien. Damien, a soft pass over, but well read by Spider Kangaroo. Really all over the floor, but so is Dan 6. Dan 6 saying, hey team, I got your 6. Intercepting at the midfield, the back line. Passing over to Damien. Damien putting on the brakes, the anchors, and a soft one will just slide by Dan. The Dan being contested by, well, guess who? Spider Kangaroo. Like I said, everywhere. Right past the hands of Clove as well. So now Tio will have the opportunity. Lining up a pass there. Meeting it halfway is Damien. Damien now trying to eye down maybe an alley-oop, but again, well played on the defense from Clove and as well as Craze. They had manned both the potential receiver as well as the passer. Some great defense, and yet it still struggles to cross that midline. It's going to stay here. So Luxor, they've had 2 minutes worth of chances to score, but have not been able to do so. And will it get past the midline? No! It's really staying in this blue area so far these first couple minutes, and finally it will meet the orange end. For how long is the question? Not 2, it seems like, as it will be taken over by Spider. Spider trying to acquire a target, finds that backboard, but a great dive out and a snatch from, who was that? Tio, I believe. Either way, some great defense, and now turning into a mail slot potential, but a stun undoes it in a hurry. So with a couple of ducks, a couple of ducks, interesting. A couple of ducks. Anyways, into the goal. Speaking of the ducks, there's the Lemonade Stand crew finding their 2. And they waddle away. 2 points. That took a while. 227 to be exact. No lack of intensity, though. That much I will definitely say. There was a lot of well-played defense from Lemonade Stand. And just the persistence from Luxor. They were positioned well enough to get the rebounds over and over. They just, unfortunately, could not score. Which, end of the day, is the name of the game. But still yet, only 2 points down. They'll be just fine if they can line up some passes once again and get their offense going. Some of these long ones, though, struggling to meet their target. But Damien trying to undo that with some stuns and just buy themselves the avenues. So there they go, and there it is. But off the backboard, still will be held scoreless in this second round, the opening minutes. John Brown attempting to send it to Damien. Will slide by Craze, but picking it off is Alyssa. Midfield, though, 2 stacked players. Stacked hitting the lone player. And lone to the other side of the floor as they roam, and you can see the intent there, but he was stunned. Doesn't matter because they got one. Damien from John Brown. They'll tie it up 2-2. So Hidden saying Lemonade Stand supremacy. Indeed. Well, just for the name alone. I don't know. I mean, I assume most people know what the name is referencing, but definitely one of the funner songs on the internet I think there is in existence. Right up there with Baby Shark, am I right? Anyways, Crazy with a disc. Alyssa now passing it up high, meeting an anchor and just sliding past that goal. Was about an inch or 2 off. A rebound going potentially to Clove. Clove slapping it out, and nice communication there to find Spider Kangaroo for a reset on a slap. Now right back to Clove in the front line. Clove maybe waiting for someone to cut, or otherwise just resetting a little bit out that bubble. Another handoff play here. This is some great poised offense we're seeing from Lemonade Stand, and will get them the goal, at least open goal, but was not able to hit it quite, dinging off that post. So unfortunate results on otherwise what was a very well executed series of passes and patience. As now, the defense all out of position, so a grab back, and now maybe an alley-oop. You can see the hands out, outreach, outstretched, once and twice, but ding ding, no winner quite yet. So now very similar to Luxor, those first 2 minutes of action. Lemonade Stand getting a lot of attempts there, but very close and yet not quite able to finish the shots thanks to a couple of dings and as well as the aggressive defenders popping out of there for Luxor. So Luxor gets their offense going once again. Now see, they got the shot. Indeed, Damien turned around and in no time flat, let that disc loose to take a 2-point advantage. Luxor back in control. And the action so fast-paced, can barely breathe, can barely hydrate. I'm gonna do that right now. Also, what's up to iRaiser? Welcome, welcome. We are raising the stakes here in these streams tonight. This is our first of 3 that I'll be casting here on Channel 2. Unless we actually have some time to switch over to Channel 1 since it's now vacant. So if there's time between matches, I'll do that, but there may not be. We'll see. Either or, though, I'm glad you guys have joined me here on this last week of regular season. Always a fun thing, always a joy, for sure. So Spider Kangaroo there, dealing with John Brown. Meanwhile, hanging on to disc is Clove. Once again, they're not really in any hurry, and that is perfectly fine strategy. They're waiting for the best possible angle, and you know what? That angle was good, but the defense was great. Nicely done to dislodge it, and out of there it goes into the tunnel and trap. Now Alyssa will still snag it back, but interception to John Brown. Bouncing it high and into the catch. Open walk-in goal for Damien. And they will be up by 4 points now on Luxor. Speedy regrabs, indeed, indeed. And Caroline Rose saying, like both these teams. Real monsters. Me too. Me too. First match, as I said, I mean, full 10 minutes, neither team pulled away by more than 1 goal. It was just constant ties. And you love it when teams are just that competitive and from start to finish. Tio sending it over. A little bit of a hop, but you can't out-hop a kangaroo. So Spider undoing it. And now stacking together with Clove. Just as well, though. The orange player's getting there. Couldn't find the hit. John Brown recovers. Now back to Dan 6. They're in control with 6 points to 2. So they've got a little bit of a buffer, a multi-goal buffer, but not much. Not enough to relax these last 2 minutes. They've got to close this out now if they want to see the round 3. Dan 6, a shovel pass right underneath. And they will indeed score again. Damien, this is at least Damien's 3rd goal in this round. Maybe even all 4. Not quite sure. Let's see there. 8 points for Damien. So, I mean, definitely feeling good in this round. Putting in some points. And with that, a timeout initiated here. To maybe talk things over a little bit with a couple minutes left in round 2. The Luffy as well. Well, from a neutral viewer's standpoint, I think the teams were doing mighty fine. Very entertaining. Like, yeah, there were some missed shots, but a lot of them were also just due to good defense and also kind of playing the margins, you know? This was actually a discussion I was talking about with Dimwee just half an hour ago on VRML 1, right? Where, like, there were a few dings here and there, but a lot of the time the dings are so misleading, right? Because when a ding dings and then misses, it looks and sounds ugly. But at the same time, when a ding makes it in, or when you place that pocket perfectly, it's so very beautiful and aesthetic, isn't it? But that's kind of the level of play you have to play at as an offensive player in Echo Arena in 2021. Otherwise, though, you know, saw a lot of good things. Persistent effort and consistent effort being put in by Luxor to get them some nice shot attempts, even when they did miss a few goes at it. goes at it. Few goes. I feel like that's incorrect. Someone called my English teacher, but regardless. On the flip side of things, you know, for Lemonade Stand, I always love teams who are able to slow it down and are willing to take a patient offense. Not that you should all the time necessarily. It's of course minute-to-minute gameplay. It's whatever the defense gives you. You know, it dictates how you play sometimes. But you know, you get fast pace, you love it. But just as someone who used to be on those teams who prioritize that kind of thing, you know, it's near and dear to my heart. I like to see a team who's super patient with it and just looks for, even if it's not as flashy, just looks to make those extra passes and find the highest percentage shot available. Let me check real quick. Okay, so yeah, it was indeed Lemonade Stand who initiated this timeout. I figured that was the case. I saw a couple of them kind of boosting around there. Just trying to keep the bodies warm, you know, keep the blood flowing, the sweat going, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, here on the orange side of things, on Luxor, just maybe discussing things over a little bit and waiting for the remainder of this round to go. And as I say that, there it is. On pause now, so we will be returning to the final 2 minutes. Luxor in control by 6. Will it maintain? Will we see that round 3? At this rate, it's certainly a possibility. But never discount the ability of a timeout to completely change the momentum of a team. Let's see how blue goes, how Lemonade Stand reacts now, and how they have perhaps re-strategized, and let's see if they can have this launch. Let's see. I said sea a lot as well. In any case, down the deep blue sea, taken here by Spider Kangaroo. Spider down the floor, just beneath one opponent, but right into the midst of the other. Stack's trying to meet the disc, but instead some efficient passes there down the midfield and right into the Stack recovery, it looks like. Tio with the 3 right from the shoulder, and 11-2. That may indeed be some ice here in this the second round rather, as Lemonade Stand on the back pedal. A very strong comeback from Luxor after the 3-point loss in round 1 at the very last seconds. So with that, 1 minute remaining, and all that really matters here at this point, as far as the time goes, mathematically potentially eliminated here from a comeback, but what does matter now, of course, as always, just the execution for Lemonade Stand. So even if they can't win this second round, what they can do is prepare themselves from the third, even more so, by getting a few feel-good plays, a few well-executed plays according to their game plan at the last couple possessions. But Luxor doing just an excellent job, and a lot of it credit as well. TCP Damien had 3 or 4 goals, really started off this round setting the tone. Those first goals by Luxor in this round just hit consecutively by Damien, and that alone was just able to immediately put Lemonade Stand in an uncomfortable position where they had to be the ones reacting to being down, and then down some more. So good closeout there, and also a great closeout by the defense on that note from Lemonade Stand. Time just about expired, and will indeed be the case. So round 2 going to Luxor, and indeed the third round is now a guarantee. Viridis Media saying want to know the story behind Lemonade Stand. Never mind, maybe. Yeah, just type Lemonade Stand into YouTube if you've never seen that one before. It's a delight. So refreshing, just like lemonade, in fact. Alrighty. So let's see, all freshened up for the third round here, impending. On that note, just timing wise, let's see, our next match is going to be Righteous Rookies versus Yerma. So we'll be delayed about 10 minutes. I know I saw Superfly in the chat earlier on. Not sure if Supa is still in there, or if Supa's even on one of those teams or not. He is on one of the teams I'm casting tonight. I just can't remember which. Okay, no, it was the. Must have been the Tesseract and Power match, I believe. Sounds right. Anyway, whatever the case is. As always, If the teams are available to wait, I will be there to stream as soon as this one concludes. But buckle your seatbelts, stay tuned, because we are going to the round 3 decider. Again, on stream. Always a pleasure. So I'm Palidore, thanks for joining me here in the final week of regular season for VR Master League. In Season 4, that is. And some passing plays here, attempting to hit some of the teammates, but just a little bit wayward on it. Turnover, and it will be important, very important for Lemonade Stand to get started on the right foot for sure. Just like Luxor was able to in round 2, you know, set that early tone with those big shots coming in and all in a row. Same here for Lemonade Stand. Want to get off on the right foot and be the ones to put Luxor now on the back pedal a little bit, because that's a place where they just were not familiar with in that first round, or that second round. As the start of the third will be capitalized by John Brown. The John Round, I guess. Nicely done. Luxor in control by a hair. As I said, though, those first minutes of action always an important part, dictating what the rest of the round may indeed look like. So passing off to Clove, slow rollout here just to evade the stacks and trying not to get too crazy with how long they throw those passes and not allow the chance for, well, that's a turnover off the stackage. Let's see if they can cause some trouble, and that goal will be right out of the way and into the blue. It's TO for 2 and a 2 for T, and it's 4 points here on the round 3. Ooh, what a panda. Why did I say panda? Panda VR. How's it going? Trolls a lot there saying I'm forced from Luxor. Yes, Panda. Panda VR. And let's see. I don't mean to pander to the crowd, but I would like to see this one go right into the deep end. Of course, we've already saw on Channel 1 some great matches there, 3 rounds. This one meeting 3 rounds, so let's go the extra mile. Let's see maybe some ties, some OTs, maybe some 3s coming in hot from Luxor, unable to convert. Picked off, though, by Dan 6, and they are definitely, over the course of this match, I feel like, Luxor is certainly finding their ground, finding their stability, and just really warming up into this match a lot. But speaking of, there is a very hot stack coming in quickly, unable to read that disc, though, just a little past the reach, as they will eventually collect. Alyssa now had some great defense and some saves in that first round. They're trying to find their offense now, though, on this end of the floor. And dating back to the second round, not have been able to break through that defensive line. Credit to Luxor. Speaking of, there it is again. Defense causing a turnover and an immediate fling right above that goalpost into an open one maybe, but rushed it a little bit perhaps, as it will back out into the wedge and into the bubble. There's Alyssa with a slapper and into the collection by Spider Kangaroo. So a chance once more, but quick to the stacks. Look at that from Luxor. Down the floor in a hurry. Now it will be Damien trying to pass it out, but just mishandled the disc, although another take back by Tio. Setting up a rebound and almost a goal, but that will slide by. Another rebound to the backboard this time, and attacking, scoring. It's Luxor at a 6-point advantage, and uncontested yet. Epicness, this is a gold division match. Lemonade Stand is technically they're bronze, but it's because they are a roster that formed recently, so they don't have enough matches yet to have been placed in an actual rank. But as far as MMR wise, they are right here in the gold, right alongside Luxor. And Luxor right now, they have just been at a luxury with all of these offensive attempts and all of these goals that they've had to start this third round. So really for Lemonade Stand, it's one of those cases too where had they not expended a timeout in round 2 towards the end, this would definitely be a good time to do so if they had it, because the momentum certainly has just stayed on Luxor's end, and they have taken every advantage they can, as they will try just the same again. John Brown trying to go to town with a 360. Maybe a little too fancy with the fingers, and then will be just another attempt. There's John Brown again trying to go around, and does get it to go down. Took a couple tries, but on the second release, it was the 360 after all. They're up by 8. Now, keep in mind, for Lemonade Stand as well, I mean, that first round was taken in a win. It was 13-10 from Lemonade Stand in round 1. So Lemonade Stand, they can put scores up in bunches as well. They've kind of lost that momentum is what it comes down to. And for Luxor, they've addressed everything they've needed to address. And you can kind of see some of the unforced errors now as well. Like that last joust, for instance, where it's just a little bit of miscommunication, missed grabs, and it's kind of what happens, right? When one team is feeling in such a good rhythm, they can really throw that other team so off kilter that even the stuff that isn't necessarily as force still results in turnovers and things like that for the team at the disadvantage. So there's still 4.5 minutes remaining here. And if one team can score 11 points in half a round, certainly the other team can as well. We are always only a shot away with this amount of time, a shot away from igniting a run from Lemonade Stand. So Alyssa and Clove all lined up trying to dribble down the floor. They will be able to find it into the bubble as 4 players there, meeting it for Luxor. Taken by Craze. Craze with a little bit of time there. Just hands it off to Spider Kangaroo. Spider now from that sideline, that wedge, as John Brown just eyeing down Spider. Trying to force a pass on the dive. Alyssa now from that side, right back to Spider, and right over the fingertips. Or right over the webs, I suppose. So as it does get sent out, a stack immediately coming in from Spider and co. And they'll get back there, but they do fling it right into Luxor's arms on the interception. Now a perfect pass, but great save from Alyssa again. There's the saves I was talking about that were just aplenty in round 1 from Alyssa. Well, getting it done there, that can definitely ignite a team, but that said, it's collected right back from Luxor. So down the floor, and another recovery. It looks like maybe, oh, just slipping by the hands though. 12-9, not 13-10. All right, thanks for the correction. So 3-point lead. Win it was, but just the number is a little bit scuffed. The mathematics so erratic. But that said, taking it back at the blue, call it the Atlantic. It's going to be Damien with a 3, and that is not in, but a rebound shall be had, it looks like, by him. Now Damien up to the barrier. Ben T.O.L. buries it. They're on the Baker's Dozen 13 scoreline. Luxor at the absolute control at the moment. Only 2.5 remaining. And this round is going to be looking like in the books of Luxor. Unless a series of just Hail Mary type of plays comes out here for Lemonade Stand. It is definitely a mountain to climb. That said, quickly finding the pass. So the fast rollouts. Craze right back to Alyssa. And of course, as always is the case, whether it's a win or loss in a round, the scoring differential matters too, so you still want to score points and keep that score line close because it will matter on the ranks at the end of the day. That's a nicely placed pass, but just a better dive from T.O. Interception to Spider Kangaroo in the midfield, bouncing it over. And picked up there, slapped into midfield again. This game is crazy, just got the scores wrong. Indeed, this is a crazy game. Well, I'm a crazy caster, so it fits. That said, a 3. Well, that'll drive them crazy as they may have had another second to line that up, so unable to get their 16th point, but they will get a rebound just the same. So lining it up now from that bottom of the floor, doing some dancing with a stun and a passing play, but nobody home. So instead, grabbing the rebound, will be from right under, ducking through with a pass to that corner shoulder, and into the goal for the 15th point. Luxor with a avalanche of scores in this third round, really, as I said, warming up into a boiling point now between round 2 and 3. So with that, 1 minute of play left. Lemonade Stand trying to play here to get their points. And just to bring that margin a little bit closer, make it a little bit thinner, as Alyssa just getting stunned by John Brown. So the stacks, look how fast they got together for Luxor already on the recovery. They might have themselves that open 3. Will it bounce in? No. Rebound? No. Good stun coming in from Craze and the stack there. But 30 seconds remaining and just trying to stave off the offense for Luxor maybe one more time here if they can. Great dive and a slap from Alyssa. And now with the chance, maybe with 16 seconds left, they can get this recovery. The other end of the floor is currently unmanned, but that said, it gets lost a little bit. So with a jumping move, a sliding pass, it's Damien eyeing it down. And with 1 second left, match is done 15-0, and Luxor, again, the absolute avalanche coming in. Between round 2 and 3, they just kept popping up and popping off on those score lines. Very impressive offensive display. And while they did not win that first round battle, they sure did win that war. Meanwhile, for the side of Lemonade Stand, still a very impressive play all around. You know, game got away from them there in the late game, and that will happen. I think some of it maybe the mentals certainly too. You saw in some of the rushed clears that got intercepted, or like the missed jousts, just the little things like that, which happens to literally every team at some point, game to game or throughout a season. So, you know, it's going to happen to you, but they definitely kind of got met with a big punch and just couldn't really find their foothold again after that. But otherwise, I mean, you saw a lot of great plays from them across the floor, both on defense, a lot of great saves, dives, and so on. They were covering very well for a lot of the initial round or two. And then the offense, you know, played it very well, patiently, and, you know, handled themselves on that end as well. But again, so the story goes, the rhythms, it was definitely in Luxor's hands, and they won that round. And with that, I'll send you to an intermission here, because I do believe, let's see if I have invites yet. Maybe. Doesn't look like it, though. Unless I'm mistaken. Because we do have another match here coming up, well, was scheduled a while ago, but never did get the invite quite yet, it seems like. So, we'll see. In any case, I'm going to send you an intermission, so I'll figure out what match exactly we will or won't have next, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right. Hello, everybody. So this next match is indeed, ooh, why did it not switch on my overlays? I'll get that one. It's Righteous Rookies versus Yerma coming up. Need a little bit of a delayed start. I know we had also the third match, which I decided was, Power versus Tesseract, which scheduled for 10 minutes, but I did warn the team kind of in advance. It'd be my third in a row. So, if they happen to wait the extra time for this match to finish, we'll get to them. If not, no problem also. That said, I am happy to be here on stream once again for this Gold Division match in North America because we have on the blue side of things Yerma facing off against Righteous Rookies again in a Gold Division. Thing is, if you look at those records, I don't know if you guys caught a glance because I was only on the screen for a second there, but both these teams putting on some nice numbers throughout the season for sure on this climb. And just a pleasure to be able to stream them and kind of see what they've got, you know, in the pockets, what they're able to do exactly. Yerma was a team I streamed a couple times early in the season, but it's been a while. Haven't seen them. So I'm extremely curious. That said, midfield, it will be Ticken. Well, let's see, District had a chance, but couldn't quite get there. So, records, 13-7 for the Righteous Rookies. For Yerma, 16-11. Both of these teams, like I said, they have been busy with their matches in VR Master League this season. Putting on all kinds of heat. They're winning much more than losing. So, impressive to see from these two teams. So the question is, when you see a kind of unstoppable force, immovable object, well, which one's going to win? These two teams, Titans in their division. That said, trying to tighten things up as it will be Icy sending down the floor. Bouncing right back to the wedge, picked up here eventually by Queen. Now 2 players for Righteous Rookies over in the tunnel trying to gather themselves and gather that disc as a flinger gets sent out. Rebounded quickly, not a lot of time, gotta get rid of it, and Icy does, and Icy says, I see you, as it suns out a few different players, and suns out a few more! Icy, get them some Icy hot right now. Delayed those stacks for about a year. That said, could not get the shot to fall, unfortunately, on the other end of things. So we will be scoreless after this first couple of minutes of action. Now, I do also want to shout out as Tech gets an interception. Both these teams, thanking them for waiting as well. Definitely didn't have to. Their match was scheduled initially about an hour ago. Then I asked them if they could reschedule for 7:30 Pacific, which they did. And then they waited an extra longer on top of it after the last match went a bit long. So, definitely appreciate the teams for accommodating on that end. Of course, they don't have to by any stretch, but when they do, as long as I'm here and as long as I can talk, happy to get to the stream eventually. With that said, though, both teams now trying to break some ice of their own rights, finding their stability in the first couple of minutes, as we know can often be the case in a stream, especially for teams if they haven't been streamed in a little while, or in some cases, not at all. Now, Boop here, turning around, and nice save, Icy, putting in some work here in this first round. Back into the trap. Yerma able to take over this disc, has it stolen by Tech Error. Seeing if they can make him pay now for that error. As Tech gets control. Down the floor, just flinging it down. A almost collection by the stack, but they just misread it by a hair. Those fractions of a second, of course, just mattering so much at this level. And really, most levels of Echo at this point. Teams very quick to their stacks now. So chill out with a back out and now forwarding it to Queen Cap. Queen Cap right below, and to cap it off, the goal. Boop, the assists from Queen. And Yerma finds the first 2 points after a few minutes of action. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Indeed. Hello, everybody in there. Sabovia saying we have to play the LA Destroyers this week. Well, that'll be a entertaining match for sure. Really, all those diamond tier matches always so intriguing. As a big steal, but not the delivery. Sieb though, the recovery, soft one over on out. Oh, but couldn't finish. Maybe a couple extra passes too many. And I don't say that very often. Normally, I love the extra passes. But in that case, neither teammate can really get the momentum behind it, but this time they're trying to find it, and they've got it. It's good. Queen Cap gets the goal. I can understand it too, because I had 2 players kind of perched around the backboard, but think at least that first one maybe didn't have like the anchor didn't really have a lot of speed behind the shot. So for those kind of attempts, maybe you want to pass it off to a player who can put a little more sauce onto it, you know? But in any case, welcome to Skittles in there, as well as Trolls again, saying GG for the one earlier on. Bloop Dash as well. And Lunar Witch. Which way is which? As they fly down the floor on their broomsticks. Picking it up. They've got the picks. They've got the goal. But that one does not hit. Midfield now. One in the area for the side of Righteous, but Righteous getting stunned and will be into Yerma's arms. They have a chance to go up by 6, and a walk-in goal it will be for Vert, putting on another couple of points. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, and so for Yerma here, and I do actually want to take it back. I think Yerma I streamed like a week ago or 2 weeks ago maybe, so it was a little bit more recent than I was anticipating. Or than I had said earlier on. So, getting my wires crossed a little bit. For Righteous Rookies, on the other hand, as they try to get some offense in here, still yet, a lot of time to spare. For the Righteous Rookies, they were casted once earlier in the season. Wasn't by me, though, by Luke and Co. So this is my first look at Righteous Rookies, and thus far, they're trying to get their first look at the goal. They're definitely not down by too much. They've still got plenty of time, and with that stack, if they can get there first, well, let's see. It will be Vert instead, and Vert not able to make the shot. Trying to paint the pocket and digging out instead. So 4 minutes, a little bit under that, as Vibe with a disc, finding a trap, I suppose, instead of the clear. So will be Vert taking it over. Now, Vert has a few players all lined up on the left side. Got Boop at the boot, and now fanning out into the clock. So chill outs over to Vert, and right now they're just saying, hey, we can chill out a little bit. We don't have to rush this next score. We're in control by a few goals. Let's pull the defense towards us, make them address what we're doing, because well, that's what they have to do if they want to come back in this round. We don't have to push unless we're forced into pushing. So with that, Vert, nice handoff to Queen, and Queen couldn't quite get it to go. A soft shot, but just sails right out of the pockets. The loss in the trap here, taken back by Chill Out. Passing it over to Vert. 3 minutes left in this opening round, and there's a turnover, so maybe a stack here could get them going. Righteous Rookies, all they need is one. One goal. And once that cap is broken, we see it time and time again. That's all teams need to start feeling fine, start feeling in a good rhythm, and then, you know, score a lot faster the next time around, and the next time around, and so on and so forth. But meanwhile, some beautiful disc control here from Yerma. Yerma right off to the side, but a little out of the reach. Rebounded, though, by Queen. Queen capped down, right down below. A handoff play to Boop, and a great save. Tech error. No mistake about it. Beautiful grabs inside the goal. The clear into the trap, but unfortunately, no one really able to recover all too cleanly, so we'll get stuck again in the midfield here. As they slide on by, see if they can get that goal to maybe slip right in. That was nearly there. Will be rebounded by that stack, doing a great job to redirect on Yerma's end. Turned around in a hurry, and right back again. Some leeches coming through, but so is that 2 from Vert. They're up by 8 points in the first round. 12, 11, 10. Skittles cheering on Yerma, saying to keep it up. And Chocolate also stopping by in the chat saying, hello, just realized I've been following the VRML since 2019. You feel old. Well, if you feel old, then I guess I feel really old. But yeah, always good to see Chocolate in the stream, and let's see if they can fill up that cup like a cutie. Get that reference? Of course you do. That said, it's going to be taken out there by Boop. Boop now trying to anchor on the opponents, unable to find too much of that, but maybe another attempt. And that disc just getting astray every single which way. So Icy down the floor. Icy was having some really great plays earlier on in terms of the brawls as well as the defense. They just have not been able to get those first points, those first coveted points here. But still yet. 47 seconds left. And regardless of the win or loss in this round, they just need the points. Vert, though, gets the point, makes them hurt on the defense, and keeping them left scoreless still yet at that goose egg. Grabbed by Queen Cap, Queen up the floor with a steal, though, from Vibe. Not just Vibe, but Vibe. Ooh, and there is the 2 from District. And they finally will capture their first points. And as I said, all it takes is that 1. Round might be over, but does not matter because now they can at least go into the next round saying, okay, we saw the goal go in. We saw some execution there at the end on defense and then on offense. So let's just reset next 10 minutes, 0-0. And we're going to be fine in round 2. But meanwhile, Yerma, they were mighty fine in round 1, weren't they? Skittle saying, way to go, first round. Hashtag your mom. Uh-oh. Has that been just going over my head this whole time? Is that what Yerma means? Oh boy. Your ma. Oh boy. Did a pun go over Palidore's head for the entire season? I didn't even realize it? What has become of me? Chocolate, I am getting old. Well, that's it. I'm retired after this game. Nonetheless, though, good information to know. I'm going to take that into consideration. I don't want to put any words into teams' mouths. It could very well be something else. Could be. But a great first round from the parental units there. As a Pally dad in the community every so often, I can approve, Ma. I can approve. But Righteous Rookies trying to make things right and right their ship here as we go into the second round. Let's see if they made some adjustments. If they can, because again, they may have lost, but it was only by a couple goals. All right, and they did get some nice steals and then the points at the very end of round 1. So that could make all the difference. Once you see it's effectively a complete reset here. Round 2, 0-0, 10 minutes. Can be a nice thing for a team's mentality. Let's see if they can get it going into a good groove. A handoff play and right back into the goal, but Chill Out will be able to freeze out the offensive play. So good work on their end, but just the same, Righteous Rookies able to collect their stacks in a hurry. As they will scurry, but continuing to go back into the blue end in a flurry. There's Chill Out. Talk about a flurry, maybe a Mick one. And that said, there's a 2. It's 2 for Boop and Yerma on the board first. Doing it with some Mickey ease. Bloop Dash in the chat now, who is on Tesseract and or Power. Maybe you're on both. But okay, thanks for the info. Cool. We'll wait out for this match to finish, and I'll go right to you guys after it's done. So good stuff, as long as both teams agree. I will be happy to see you guys real soon in the Platinum and Diamond division, right on the edge there. So that match will be coming up right after this one. But of course, we got plenty of time to burn yet here, as it will be a top lane pass, maybe, but just sailing past a few different players. So here we go. Still trying to get on the board again as they'll grab the disc for Righteous Rookies. Will be Vibe up to the nest, and from the nest to the goal. Couldn't find the hole, but it will be rebounded by, well, a couple players, but a stun will undo it. A tap, beautifully done, but wow, read well from Vert. Otherwise, that was about to be a perfect alley-oop to a tech error, I believe. So you love the concept. You saw what the intention was, and that would have been a great way to score had it not been from the very wise defense, well, doing what defense does with the coverage. With that said, the pass covering a lot of ground there, or a lot of air there, I suppose, as it will be grabbed by Vibe. Back to the midfield, and Vibe getting stunned, ruining the Vibe, I suppose. Not nice, Yerma, not nice. Go to your room. But that said, it's District with a disc. I really hope that is the intent behind Yerma's name, because if it's not, I'm making a lot of jokes about something that's false. That said, talk about grounded, seeing if they can ground that one. Instead, it will sail to Icy. Icy getting stunned. There to recover, though, is Tech Error nearby. Tech Error with a bounce clear that gets lost in the trap for a moment. Picked off high and will be sailed on through now. Maybe a perfect setup here as it goes off the barrier. There it is, the open goal, and they'll find it. Vibe for the 3 and a 1-point advantage to the rookies in a righteous fashion at that. Chocolate saying, I once had a nightmare that I dinged a half-court mail slot in finals. Never been spooked so badly. I feel that. There are certain plays from years ago too where, well, plays that actually happened that I still think about sometimes, you know. Boy, the anxiety of an Echo player, right? Am I right? In any case, here it goes on a race down the floor. District with a stun, but Queen capped the pick off. Now picked off here just the same. Ice was there, but couldn't get the handles. So grabbing it is Boop. Boop down the floor, and that will be a nice setup maybe for blue side, but nope, you're unable to get there. Back into the trap again. District here trying to wrangle with a chill out. Chill out and Vert now. Trying to fan out the floor. Man, that was almost into the goal. Oh, what a hit that would have been. And devastating for the momentum of Yerma had that gone in. With that, still plenty of time and clock to burn on this second round. Only 1 score per team. But Righteous Rookies still happy to take that because in round 1, it took them into the last minute to find their first points. They might be able to find their second points here in a hot second. There you are. Tech error. Yes, sir. 3-point advantage now for Righteous Rookies. Welcome, Breezebo, also in the Twitch chat there, cheering on Queen Cap. And the Yerma squad here. Queen Cap, the captain, right? Queen Captain on this team, if I'm not mistaken. Chill out, though, with a disc. Not wasting any time. Neither is Icy. So Icy attempting a clear, although will bounce right back to the bubble. Fortunately, the district was there to grab that, laying out the law of the land like a district attorney, trying to find that one, but it's turning right back into, well, a slap clear, actually, from Righteous Rookies. So look out, looky, and it will be a 2! Oh, it's taken out by Vert, so consolation at least prevented the 3-point goal, but a goal nonetheless for the Righteous Rookies. Nice grab by Vert. I still like the hustle. Every point, especially in a close match towards the end, I mean, that 1 point still might make a difference in this match. So, with that, 7-2. Righteous Rookies, though, looking much cleaner overall on this round and more confident. You like to see it. Love to see it. Veritas Media saying the same kind of thing there. Yeah, turned it into a 2. Still, team's still not going to like to see it go in, but at least you can kind of hold your shoulders high and your chin high and say, hey, we did something productive there, and that might make a difference later on. So clear coming out as the stacks now gather. Everyone there stacking down the floor. Grabbed by Tech error, and Tech with maybe just a bouncer. I'm not sure if he's going for a self-pass even. Either way, it kind of resulted in that, as Tech will get the recovery. Just kind of flings it up towards the goal. They did have Vibe over near that clock, but just not enough heat on that pass to really clear the goalie, as, oh my goodness gracious, that clears the goal. Eek! That is a nice shot. Nice clear. 69 meters out as well. So I guess extra nice on top of it. Not nice at all if you're Righteous Rookies. You're thinking that is some villainous justice there. Vigilante justice being done your way. You're feeling done dirty at the moment if you're rookies. Like I said earlier on, those kind of long goals, those unlikely shots, they can really turn around. And around we go. Queen Cap. 8-7, all of a sudden Yerma at a 1-point advantage. Where just 30 seconds ago, they were down by a couple of goals. My goodness. How quick does that table turn sometimes in Echo Arena? But yeah, I mean, remember we had, for the Righteous Rookies, we had that long distance clear almost sail in. And I said at the time how dangerous that can be for momentum for a team and how, the mental game. We just saw it happen against Righteous Rookies this time. And they got to be really careful here because obviously they need to win this round in order to force that round 3. So they cannot let the unlikely stuff get against them and against their, the flow of their gameplay that they've otherwise been executing very well in this round. So seeing if they can tighten up those stacks now, get there first. Indeed, they will do just that as Tech Error is there first. Into the midfield, rebound though by Chill Out. So Yerma back at the offense. They've got 1 point on the scoreboard advantage, that is to say. They've got 2 minutes on the clock, so it's going to be all about that control here and seeing if they can take over some more points from them, but they won't, and they get sent into the wedge. Slapped out of there by Icy. So do you see what I see? I'm seeing well, it's about to be some clutch time. Clutch time indeed! It's the district! 8-7, and what an exquisite save on that end to prevent maybe even an alley-oop attempt that was about to go in. So just great job to pin it off, and now if they can lock this one down, off the back it does go in, and they're back up by 1. Righteous Rookies. They are still in this mix. Fantastic job. That long fling. Now, I'm not sure if that long shot was in the first place or not, but even if it wasn't, it was close. But there was a player there to alley-oop it in for Yerma to take a 3-point advantage. So either way, it was a good save one way or the other, direct or otherwise. Thing is, the dangerous thing is, they've got to do it again here because we're in the last minute and they're about to go down with another save. The district, nothing. Oh my goodness, what was that? Hyped me so much that I had to jump out of my shoes and screw up the cams. A 1-point lead. The district, unfortunately, will go in, and I am devastated for him on that note. Oh, wow, wow, wow. That dude is a monster. Or, I don't even know. What clutch saves? Look, for the sake of as a neutral viewer here, which is to say I'm biased towards Righteous Rookies right now, I hope they score here for round 3 because I feel like the defense I just saw deserves 10 more minutes for these teams. Please. That said, coming in here with 10 seconds to spare. Could they do it? Will they do it? Shoulder. No! The beast in the goal is Vert, and they'll make them hurt. And they'll win! The win! The win in round 2 to Yerma. And oh my goodness. The clutchness I just saw from the goal between Yerma and Righteous. Wow. Wow. Who was that? Vert, I believe, right? Someone correct me. I already forgot. Vert and District. Oh, wow. That last minute was some stellar goalkeeping. Neutral viewer and me is super disappointed there's no round 3. But from a broadcasting perspective, that was awesome. Wow. Well done to these teams. Yerma, some stellar closeouts there. I can't believe those saves. Amazing job. But wow, amazing win. That said, so a team here who's otherwise been stellar in their own right, excuse me. Rookies here, the Righteous Rookies. That was a righteous game. You can see why they've won 13 matches this season. This will only be their 8th loss. For Yerma, 17 and 11 now after this victory. So both teams on the climb, on the rise, and they are going to finish this season with a very positive record for either side. But super impressive. And with that, let's see, what are we looking at the time? Well, looks like time to get our 3rd stream going on. So as much as I'd love to rave and continue raving about those plays I just saw, I'm going to send you to a quick intermission and just reset for the final match here on this string on Channel 2. So, join me around the corner. We've got one more in the Diamond and Plat division, kind of right on that edge between Tesseract and Power. Be right back.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Righty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League Channel 2. We are getting ready to go here one more time on stream in this closing week of Season 4. Regular season, that is, of course. We still got some amazing stuff coming up in the coming weekends with, of course, Challenger Cups and then the finals. Wow. Season went by in a hurry, didn't it? This stream, for that matter, went by in a hurry with some of these matches that we just saw. And some of those stellar plays there in clutch time. Love to see it. These teams right now, they're getting a good look at each other here at the midfield. I almost want to... I don't know the Macarena. Forgot it. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Hey, Macarena. Let's go. Muted. I was muted. Doesn't matter. Were the players unmuted? That's the important thing. Did you get the? Did you hear them sing the Macarena? Because that was what I wanted to see. Also, I hit the wrong button. Players, your Macarena distracted me. Now I'm late to your joust. This is all your fault. Well, what I was saying was I'm gonna miss this, and I love the players even more now for that first. Not even joust, the Macarena to open things up there. I was gonna say, I already love these players because they waited like 15 extra minutes for me to get here to cast them. But to put together that showing, just perfect. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, okay, what a way to start off the third stream. Here we go. My train of thought is totally lost. Tesseract with the disc here. Up the floor. So, okay, there. I'm gonna find my track, don't you worry. Track will be found. Tesseract. Diamond Division. 6-4 record, okay? Okay. Power. Platinum Division. Platinum 3, that is. 13-8. They've been a fiery hot team. And, I mean, they've got the first couple points. They almost had a chance at a few more. Once and twice, but not quite there. Third time, is it the charm? Oh, there's a pass. Nicely done. Superfly to snipe. As I was saying here, the power team, this power team, technically the underdogs rank-wise, but certainly you look at their 13-8 win-loss record, and how together they've been all season, so the stuff that they've been doing, you would imagine that may be something to kind of equalize the playing field a little bit. You know, a team feeling in a really good groove. You know, for the side of Tesseract here, not as many matches on the season as a team. Of course, the players themselves know them very well. But that said, see if they can get some scores going. Be very well for them. Skylar there trying to contest. Bloop does a nice job of it. There's Ding. And on that clear, well, intercepted by SSF3. So SS to Superfly. Over there at the midline. And over to SS. Now up top, pass over to Bloop. Bloop just getting it lost, however. A nice contest from, who was that? Ding. So into the midfield, actually sails right by, and this will be a setup maybe for an open 3. Let's see, the defense getting there, one player. Now the other few joining, all in tow, right underneath the goal, handoff, and that was gorgeous, but so was that. Great save from Snipe. Action hot here. Someone called Wesley Snipes. That said, it's Superfly, maybe for a Super Snipe in their own right, as they have a pass to the left. Will be deflected off the wall. Picked up by Snipe, so there they go, into the goal. A few fakes before them, makes no mistakes, and it's 6. Power with a power play. 12, 9, 8, 7, 6. So nice, I love these again, extra passes, the handoffs we're seeing. And so far, Power definitely showing up offensively, but Tesseract, you gotta imagine they are just moments away from an explosion in their own right. That said, causing a lot of commotion was once more Power, causing a turnover here. And will this result in another goal? Just about. No. So outside to the wedge, rebounded there, looking like from maybe a Snipe or Bloop, and Bloop has the angles. Has a few players actually diving out, so loses the handles. Now this is a chance for Skyla, who is, I would say in this match, no, almost definitely, unless there's a name change I'm not familiar of, Skyla, by far the veteran on this team in terms of one of those OGs of Echo Arena back in, the beta and early release, With that said, a quick release on the 3, unable to find its mark. Bloop will send it midfield. All right, with that, Snipe now maybe bouncing it to just a perfect setup play again. Bloop unable to get the handles. Graham with a nice slapper into the midfield. Got at the trap by Snipe. Snipe has a lot of defense nearby, kind of draped on all over, and Skyla is not one to mess around with too much. Skyla, another one of those players who very good with the jukiness, as will be Bloop, though. Not missing the shot. They are up by 8 points. How about that? More power. More power to him, I suppose.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So halfway through this round, and Tesseract yet to score quite, but let's see if that changes soon. Might not be the case. There's Bloop right down the submarine angle. Unable to find it, but Snipe looks like will have a rebound. They're going to get a pass right beneath. Oh, beautiful. Again, look at that setup. We've seen it several times in this round, right? Where one way or the other, they find a pass right below that goalpost somewhere. And just as quickly as that player underneath is receiving a pass, at the same time, you have one player cutting from the barrier. And that pass just softly placed to the barrier cutter. And again, we are seeing some really well-executed team play and well-coordinated. Nothing difficult looking about it. They're making it look so coordinated and calm, despite otherwise a lot of pressure. So you know the comms are on point. You know that's a play set that they practice and prioritize, and it's bought them a lot of goals. So I think for Tesseract, they have to recognize that and be able to put a stop to that barrier pass in some way, somehow. Make them score from some tougher angles. So a ding on the deep fling. That's going to bounce into the rebound, and that was nearly a self-goal just about, but still was able to get it back to the trap. Ding overtaking a handoff pass as Woozy, well, being left Woozy with a stun. Still yet, though, Skyla is able to recover, pass it back to Ding. Great cutoff from Snipe, and even a stun as well. Some spectacular defense we're seeing there in the midfield. Kind of an underappreciated part about defense, I believe, right? A lot of focus goes into the bubble. But teams and players who are really good at the midfield defense, and there's a lot of damage that can be done there as well. By playing those lanes and just using your full, your full space to your capacity, I suppose. So with that, a dozen points for Power. Woozy on this rollout, just inverting and trying to find, still yet, a little bit of something to hang their hats on as we go into the final third of this round. That said, though, another stun taken back, though, by Graham. Graham Cracker down the floor. That's going to bounce, maybe, but no, first to it is SS. And Superfly back into the trap. Snipe into the tunnel. And just careens right into the awaiting stack. Meets it halfway, I should say, and Bloop from that angle. Has some options. There's that barrier pass again, although missed this time around. So backwards clear, just picked off immediately by SSF3. Now ceiling grabbed by Graham Cracker. Graham Cracker to the midfield. Taking a lot of cracks at this goal currently. Still 2 minutes left for some points to get on the board. But we've seen it actually, I think, in both our matches now that I've streamed here on Channel 2, right? Where sometimes it's just that first goal that a team needs to get them back engaged in the match. So Tesseract finding themselves at a point where, frustrating for sure. I can only imagine on some of this offense. But as I say, we're only a play away. But Bloop, another stun and another steal. This has happened quite a bit, and certainly something that Tesseract wants to figure out here going into that next round and to the last couple minutes of this one as well. Back into the arms of Superfly. Superfly. Wow. Just wow. Snipe again. So many of Power's cuts. Talk about underrated parts of the game, of Echo Arena. Cuts. Cuts are so important. Like, forget the pass itself and whatever else, but just the cut, right? Being able to time it perfectly. It's such a simple concept on paper. I go back to basketball. I always use that comparison, but it's the same thing kind of there. Great cutting players are such a underappreciated commodity, I feel like. Just knowing when the appropriate time is to start diving in on that goal and closing in. And then putting yourself in a position where you can receive a perfect pass to lead to a very, very high percentage shot. It's excellent stuff. So grabbing it here though, Bloop, they're already up by 14. Can they push it to any higher? Skyla definitely wanting to deny that if they can. To the trench and regained by Snipe. That's another thing too here in this round is a lot of the clears, most of the clears, it ends up being the blue squad and Power to get there first. So on the whole, just a very dominant round for Power. And for Tesseract, one of those occasions where, maybe use the intermission to its full extent. Take 5 minutes here if you want and, find out what you need to address. Because Power has certainly shown up in just top form at the moment and showing why they've been a team with just a lot of consistent success in terms of wins throughout the whole season. All right, so let's see here. Because again, I mentioned if you look at the record-wise, so Tesseract 6-4, so they've had 10 games total, 11 including tonight's. But Power, they've been through it. It looks like the entire season, right? 21 games there being played. This will be a 22nd, but yeah, it's just. You can see they've had a lot of success. The chemistry has to be there. They're right on the edge, obviously, of being a potential diamond team. Tesseract, a current diamond team, ranked number 33 in North America. And yeah, just like I said, despite this first round really not going their favor, this is still a team who, in a hurry, can really light things up. You cannot let off the pedal if you're Power. I mean, you can be very happy and pleased with your performance, but you got to recognize, okay, we've taken care of one half of the equation. Let's do it again in round 2. Meanwhile, sorry, I keep forgetting I can activate my face on these streams, although I kind of did it in reverse. I should have drank first, and it doesn't matter. Anyway. Chocolate saying, never realized how important cuts are. How important cuts are when ranking up with the technical pinpoint accuracy and general anticipation. Definitely impactful. Yeah, it's a huge thing, right? Because with while the anchor pass is the safer one if you're passing to an anchored player because of how defenses are really good with covering those lanes now and kind of covering man-to-man around the bubble. Sometimes the anchor passing to an anchor is not the best or easiest thing because you're covered so much. So being able to have a team who's so good with cycling all around that bubble, passing it back, forward, left, right, front, back, whatever the case, right? Keep the defense's heads turning for one, but then also have a player who knows exactly when to cut, knows how to communicate that cut, and therefore, by the time they receive that pass, they're cutting, they catch it, they're already 2 meters away from the goal, and that is like a 90% chance at making it in most cases, right? Once you're right in there, and that's what we saw from Power. A lot of those cuts coming in from the barrier, the passer right underneath the rim and right to the barrier, they're already cutting, and by the time the defense is able to kind of turn around and react to it, well, look, the cutter is already in front of your face, hard to save. So it's a hugely powerful tool for sure that I think it's important to mix into the game. And like I said, same kind of thing for basketball, really. It's where I draw all my game knowledge, I suppose. Even from the beginning, people ask, Palidore, how come, like 3 years ago, how come you're so good right now? Like, because I play Echo like I do basketball. That was literally why. Played it the exact same way. From the passing, to the floor spacing, to the cutting, all that stuff, you know? But, yeah, it's fun. Sports are great. Echo is great. And team play here that I'm seeing from Power. Great. Very, very much so. But yeah, so a little bit of an extended intermission here, as you might be able to tell. I kind of was suggesting that might be the case, because obviously a bombardment from Power, really cutting off the power to the Tesseract, I suppose. And, you know, just good opportunity in these mid-rounds to take those, 4 or 5 minutes, realign, and refocus. What it really comes down to, again, I think, one, defensively just cutting off the barrier pass. And two, stacks. Either finding their stack faster or getting some more leeches or stack breakage or otherwise, just because so many of those clears kept being picked off by Power first, and first by like several seconds oftentimes. So definitely got to address the speed. Easier said than done always. I know people say that about Anomaly all the time, right? What do we got to do to stop Anomaly? Well, you just got to make them slower. Okay, good tip, caster. How? How do we do that? But, you know, I'm at the luxury of getting to say the whats instead of the hows sometimes. So with that said, looks like the pause is now complete. So we'll be going into the next round in the next few seconds. Here we go. One more time. I'm Palidore. This is VR Master League. We are in Season 4. We're in Week 10, the last week of Season 4. So thank you for joining me for this midweek madness. So Bloop, on the first walk up the floor, they'll win this joust and have a lot of time, a lot of space, although it does hit off the head of Ding, so a fortuitous way to start, causing a turnover resulting from the headbutt will be picked off though by Bloop. There's that stack getting there first, although they didn't have a lot of time that time around. Good back stack coming in though, Graham Cracker able to send it. Now Bloop, another pick back. The Bloop clearing, Skylar just trying to disrupt a little bit and gather their stacks as well. Here goes that stack game I talked about though. You see all the way down the floor, Bloop and Superfly. And really just speeding along and able to overtake Tesseract a few times there in order to get this disc back. So certainly continuing to play dividends for them as Bloop now trying to dive on in, but a great dive and stun as well from Ding. Able to put that into the blue zone again. Let's see, where are the boosts, the stacks? Well, a lone player for each now separating into the goal. A very efficient juke from Woozy. And now letting it loose for the first two. Really good news for Tesseract here after not being able to break that cap on the goal in round 1 at all. They've already done it now in just a minute and about a minute and 30 seconds. So, you know, setting the tone, right? Setting the tone in rounds, as we always say. Open up strong, it'll help you finish strong. And here we go. Another turnover cause, perhaps, at the very least. Some stress being caused, and indeed there's a brief turnover, but it's a SSF3 with another take, and right back at them again was that stack. But quickly along the line, Bloop able to recover. Bloop trying to go for a Dusty, it looked like, but unable to do just that. Always the risk-reward factor when you play into the Enders and the Dusty moves. Snipe down the field, passing it down to SSF3. SS over to the sideline to Superfly. Trying to line up their passes. You can see the coverage there now down at the boots. But there's that barrier transition. You see Bloop now rotating into the barrier. So now defense will want to try and cover that, because otherwise you can imagine, well, there it was, but see, still some more disruption being caused both in the goal and near that lane at the very least, so made it tough to focus on the catch. And that's exactly what Tesseract wants to do, is just counteract. those crosses that they've got going. You know, force a tougher cross somewhere, some way, somehow. As I say that, well, there it is, breaking open and floating in, but windmilling it to no success. That windmill gets dumped back out, and now into the hands, or actually to the head of Flower, Superfly. Did I say Flower? I meant Power. I think it's because I said windmills, so I was thinking Flower. Flower, Power. You know what I mean. That said, Tesseract now, they've got 5 points. And that's 5 more than they scored in the first 10 minutes. They've held Power to 0. This is starting to now look like a Tesseract type of round. They've been able to stave off the bad feelings from yesterday round, and now Power is the one who has to make up for a couple goals here. See what happens. Nice little juke move and a dribble down the floor for Bloop, although they will lose the disc still. Backing it out there is Skyla. Now will hit the wedge perhaps. Taken back by Woozy. I keep wanting to say Mozzie almost just because of my... it looks like Mozzie from a distance, doesn't it? But that said, Woozy from down low. And over to, well, just actually a back out to the midfield. So really wanting to space things out here for Tesseract. And very satisfied already with their start to this round, I'm sure. But look at that. Drag the defender way, way out there. Just open up a little extra time and a little extra space, but actually credit to the defense. Bloop actually got back right in time. Otherwise, that was a very well-played offensive push from Tesseract. The only thing that really undid it was the fact that at the midfield, Bloop got kind of a stun boost off of Woozy there. So, well played right into the finish. That said, it's going to be Superfly now trying to finish off this offensive attempt, maybe get their first goal going, but Graham Cracker absolutely denying it. A good steal into the midfield, but Bloop taking it right back. Fast dribble up, and a fast stun just as well. Good reaction time from these teammates as Bloop now cuts across. There's that side winding pass, and finding SSF3 for their first 2 points. Power getting it to go. And once again, timely cut, because the moment that SS caught it was already within, about 5 meters or so of the goal. So again, just makes it much tougher for a goalkeeper to accommodate when they have to turn around and immediately go into a save. But wow, a take back by Bloop. Unfortunately, missed the 3. Maybe a surprise that they were as open as they were. Kind of unexpected turn of events, and sometimes those kind of shots alone are more difficult to make just because you have so much time. So suddenly, instead of reacting on instinct, you're reacting on thinking. You're thinking too much, right? But it happens to all of us, for sure. That said, unable to punish on that missed joust, unfortunately, but Power will still get the disc back here for a moment, so maybe still some time to make an impact, as they will indeed get really close to the goal and react with, let's see, the windmill Bloop shot right below. So with that, it is a 1-point advantage for Tesseract. Starting off 5-0, but Power, not one to be denied for too long. They're starting to charge up once again. See if Tesseract can maintain that sturdy play that they started off with in these initial minutes. But definitely can never sleep on your opponents here, and especially on these upper tiers. Just it gets more and more difficult at every single level. Now grabbed here by Snipe. Sniped on the floor, but hiding there was Woozy right behind that pack. Now linking up with Graham. There's also a chain coming out for Power, and they'll get there first. But intercepted by Graham. Graham Cracker over to Woozy. Woozy from right underneath. And that's a very tough angle to finish from. So we'll not be able to do just that as SS trying to set it down. And a nice clear right down the midfield. Grabbed back by Woozy, but being knocked loose by Bloop. And that's going to be picked up back by Power. And Power is spreading the floor. They've got 2 back passes available. They go for just that. Forwarding it now to Snipe. Snipe has that cutter, no doubt, intended, but no, didn't need it. All the focus was on SS. And yet, SS was still able to drive it within a couple meters of the goal before needed to shoot it. So I was definitely expecting the cut, but you see, was able to get a little bit too deep, and by the time SS was that close to the goal, then yeah, by all means, go for that shot. So that is definitely a tough save from nearby, backboard or not. SS gets another turnover caused, and will that be in? No, but picked off, and they'll have an open goal for a moment. And a swing around, dunk, merry-go-round for Bloop. And they are merry because they're back up now by a few, 3 points. 8-5. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so down to the wire here. Power was just an impressive first round. Tesseract has been able to, again, come back and really stabilize a lot more in this round, although they've been stuck at these 5 points for a little too long for comfort. With that, a shot is going to bring Power back up, and they're going to be feeling some comfort because now they've got that buffer. 5 points, so a couple goals minimum. And only a minute and 30 seconds for Tesseract to be able to do something about this. Obviously, it's going to have to be some fast reaction here. Not a lot of time for the stalling anymore. With that, midfield attacks coming in. Few leeches here and there. Backwards fling, but not meeting the hands of the teammate, although Graham Cracker will intercept at the midfield. A triangle on the floor with one at the shoulder. And shoulder it is, and there it goes. Skyla bringing him within 3. Tesseract is not out of this yet. For Power, all about control at this point. And as is usually the case, let's see, we're up by a few points. And there's not a lot of time left. So what does Palidore always say? No threes! And actually, if nothing else, there might even be time for one of the, self-goal 2 at some point. But that said, they might not even need it, especially if they get that shot. Will not go in, and that is a blessing for sure for Tesseract, because that would have likely been the ice. And certainly now, with not a lot of time to spare, any points scored will be it. For that matter, a lack of turnovers will mean it's it. So a dive coming out from the pair of players, and Tesseract now needing a 3, but intercepted at the midfield by Snipe. Snipe sending it over. That takes a few rough bounces, but the time is just about gone. So let's see, barring a Hail Mary, we will be hailing a winner here in a second, and Power in round 2 will secure the sweep over Tesseract. And indeed, the upset. Well done from Power, and they showed just beautiful teamwork throughout that whole match, really. Weren't able to get the scores off as efficiently in round 2. Credit a lot to Tesseract for being able to counteract some of what they were doing in round 1, which is to say, Tesseract was stacking a lot faster and a lot better, and they were cutting off those passes a lot more. But end of the day, Power just powered right through it, and they came down from 5 down to start the round, and then they end up winning by just that many as well. So impressive stuff from Power, and they will continue to rise up that ladder as we wind down our season. That's definitely some great momentum for a team in terms of, going to the offseason, right? Going into the offseason feeling good and feeling like you've got something to work with and build with. This is, I think, a team now with their 14th win. And this is a team you can very well be seeing in that Diamond Division and pressing on Challengers Cups for next season with the rate that they're going at. So, very well done. And great match from these teams, all these 3 teams that we saw on stream here on Channel 2 in the last hour or 2. And again, appreciate all you guys and gals who waited. Definitely happy to get you guys casted, so appreciate the waiting, the rescheduling, all that stuff. So, happy to get in these matches, get some casts in. Cheers again for the, Macarena. Kind of forgot how it went at first. It's weird because I grew up on that song, but yeah. Anyway, with that, 14-8 for Power now on the record. It will be 6-5 for Tesseract, and that will be it for me on VRML Channel 2. So, with that, Chocolate, good night, good games. Thanks for stopping by and chatting a little bit, and yeah, good luck in the postseason. Gonna be some fun times ahead. Bloop Dash, not a problem. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for waiting and communicating and all that good stuff. Always makes casting easier. But yeah, so with that, again, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML Channel 1. Cheers once again to Sir Dimwee and Subtlety for casting earlier on, as well as Aiden, I believe, was casting some matches there this evening. So Everyone, have a good day. Yeah, be happy, healthy, safe. Be good to each other, and I'm going to see you again right around the bend for the conclusion of Season 4. Have a good one.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.